For years, Chip and Joanna Gaines were the embodiment of the perfect couple, grinning through long days, raising 5 children, and building an empire that turned small businesses into a household name. From their first humble beginnings, the couple had built more than just homes. They had built a life, a brand, and a family that inspired millions. From their beloved show, Fixer Upper, to the success of their Magnolia Network, everything about their life seemed effortless and perfect. But behind those smiles and camera-ready moments, Joanna was quietly fighting a battle that would test the strength of their foundation in ways no one could have imagined. The moment everything changed by 2022, Chip and Joanna's empire seemed untouchable. The Magnolia Network had launched with much success, their new projects were flourishing, and their family appeared stronger than ever. However, beneath the surface, Joanna was quietly struggling with a health issue that would alter the course of their lives. What started as a minor back discomfort soon turned into something much more serious. After several doctor's visits, it was discovered that Joanna's spine had deteriorated from years of strain, leading to the need for surgery. This news shocked fans, but for Chip, it was a heartbreaking revelation that the woman who had held everything together now needed help. It was a situation neither of them had been prepared for. Chip's world turns upside down. Chip Gaines, the charismatic and ever-energetic figure behind the Fixer Upper franchise, suddenly found himself faced with a reality he had never expected. He was no longer thinking about business or home renovations. His focus was entirely on Joanna and her health. For the first time in 2 decades, Chip wasn't the one fixing things. He wasn't building walls or making people laugh. Instead, he was sitting by his wife's hospital bed, watching over her with a quiet, concerned presence. Friends close to the couple described Chip as noticeably more reserved during this time, a far cry from his usual lively persona. This period of uncertainty, where there was no blueprint to follow, was the hardest challenge Chip had ever faced. The foundation built on love. Before the fame, the empire, and the millions, there were just Chip and Joanna, a young couple with big dreams and little money. They met in 2001, when Chip walked into Joanna's father's tire shop in Waco, Texas. What started as a casual conversation turned into something more profound. They married in 2003, and from the start, life wasn't easy. They faced debt, long hours, and the overwhelming pressure of building something from nothing. But they had each other, and that bond was their strength. They started Magnolia Market, selling decor designed by Joanna herself, and faced challenges head-on. Their belief in each other and in their dreams was the driving force behind their success. The rise of Fixer Upper and the Magnolia brand. In 2013, after years of hard work, Chip and Joanna caught their big break when HGTV picked up their pilot for Fixer Upper. The show became an instant success, and viewers fell in love with their genuine chemistry. Chip's playful energy balanced Joanna's calm, and together they created a unique blend of humor, design, and warmth. They were redefining home renovation with their distinctive style, and it was clear that something magical was happening. As their brand grew, so did the weight on their shoulders. They were no longer just a couple renovating homes. They were managing a global empire, and as their fame skyrocketed, so did the pressures of balancing their business and family life. Joanna's health struggles and the test of time. While their business boomed, behind the scenes, Joanna was quietly struggling with her health. What had started as back pain eventually grew into a severe spinal issue. For months, she pushed through the pain, refusing to let it interfere with her work. But as the pain worsened, Joanna was faced with the reality that surgery was inevitable. The woman who had seemingly done it all, the home renovations, the business management, raising 5 children, was now facing a recovery period she couldn't power through with sheer will. Chip, who had always been the one to fix everything, was now in the position of caring for his wife, a role he had never imagined for himself. Chip's quiet strength. During this challenging time, Chip withdrew from the public eye. He canceled appearances, postponed projects, and focused all of his energy on being by Joanna's side. Fans, accustomed to his playful nature and constant presence on social media, noticed the change. Chip had always been the one who brought levity to every situation, but this was different. Behind the scenes, he became quieter, more reflective. He spent sleepless nights beside Joanna, holding her hand and praying for her recovery. For Chip, there was no project or renovation that mattered more than his wife's well-being. This was the ultimate test of their love, and Chip was determined to be there for her no matter what. Joanna's recovery and the shift in priorities. As Joanna's surgery and recovery process began, the couple's world shifted. The man who had once defined success through the completion of projects now realized that success meant something entirely different. He realized that love, family, and time spent together were the real markers of a fulfilling life. For the first time, Chip paused, choosing to focus on his wife and their children rather than business. It was a profound transformation. During Joanna's recovery, Chip found himself rediscovering what truly mattered: the people he loved and the life they had built together, not the empire that surrounded them. As Joanna began to heal, their priorities began to change as well. The return to normalcy, a different perspective on success. When Joanna began to recover in late 2022, Chip and Joanna slowly returned to the spotlight. But things were no longer the same. Their priorities had shifted, and so had their approach to fame. In 2024, when the couple premiered their new Magnolia Network series, Back to the Frontier, they encountered unexpected controversy. The show featured a same-sex couple raising children, which sparked a national debate. For Chip, who had spent years cultivating a brand centered on kindness and inclusion, the criticism was painful. He took to social media to express his thoughts, defending love and compassion over judgment. It was a bold statement that revealed the couple's growth and evolution in the face of public scrutiny. They refused to apologize for showing love in all its forms, the real secret to success. As their empire continued to thrive, Chip and Joanna found themselves redefining what success meant. For Chip, it was no longer about the number of followers or magazine covers. It was about the love and support of his family. And for Joanna, it was about accepting that even the most beautiful homes need constant care and attention. The couple had learned that the true secret to success was surrendering to the process of growth, both in their careers and in their relationship. Their journey together had been marked by challenges, triumphs, and heartaches, but through it all, they had learned that love and patience were the true keys to making a home, a family, and a life worth living. The legacy of Chip and Joanna Gaines. Chip and Joanna Gaines have left an indelible mark on the world, not just as entrepreneurs and television stars, but as a couple who exemplified the power of resilience, love, and hard work. Their journey has shown that behind every successful empire lies a story of perseverance and dedication to the people you love. Despite the challenges, both personal and professional, the Gaines' commitment to each other and to their family has been the driving force behind everything they've accomplished. Through the highs and lows, Chip and Joanna have taught the world that true success isn't found in material things, but in the love and strength that hold a family together, even when everything else seems to fall apart.